So, in the area of what this reading is about, you have the Ten of Wands. In your current energies, you have the Lovers. In the near future, you have the Seven of Swords. In your reverse challenging position, you have the Knight of Pentacles. And what's recommended for you is the Lovers. So whatever the situation is for you, it's something that you've been, I don't want to say you've been schlepping for a while. It's been a little bit burdensome. It's been something that you've been dealing with. You're having a lot of responsibilities with. I believe it's something that you're, I don't want to say close to completing, because this may not be necessarily a completion, but you might be close to kind of getting to some level or some kind of end goal, even if it's just a milestone. But it's something that you've had to handle for a very, very long time, and you've been it's wearing you out a little bit. You're doing it, you're managing, but it's a little bit, I don't want to say a little bit more, maybe more stressful. But now in your current energies regarding this, you have the Lovers. So this is a card all about kind of harmonious partnerships, choices. It could be kind of destiny, you're destined to meet somebody or somebody in your realm, whether it's relationship or friendship or whatever it is that you guys were kind of destined to meet or work together. I wonder if for some of you, whoever this is, there might be, I don't want to say some kind of answer with this person or within this person, if this represents a person. This also could be a situation. Sometimes I see the Lovers as almost like a very good, even for situations, let's say work or career or whatever, it's a good pairing with you. But it always is also about choices too. So I wonder if either for some of you, if there's somebody within your realm right now or within your circle or your life or something that there might be, I don't want to say a better choice, but they might have some, I don't want to say information, but there is something to do. I really feel that this has something to do with some type of decision or between certain choices that you might be making, but there might be somebody that's going to be either helping you make the choice, or there might be something that you just feel in your gut is something that you were always meant to do or meant to be involved in or something. I'm getting something weird. Let's continue, and then I'm going to kind of get back to this train of thought a little bit, because in your near future, you have the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords, I see it as a card of strategy. It's about trying to, I don't want to say think outside the box, but try to solve problems in more of a strategic way, because he's stealing swords from an army, so they can't be used. So he's trying to do things in a different type of way to basically help him and his situation out. Some people could say it could be a card of deception, but because it's not in your challenging position, I don't think that's the case with this. I do think, though, because you have the Lovers here and you also have the Lovers as recommended, I think there's some type of strategic action or thought process in a sense, or there's some streamlining that can be done regarding this Ten of Wands, because the Ten of Wands is about, schlepping those sticks up a hill. It's about kind of having the burdens. So I think in your near future, you're going to start strategizing and figuring something out regarding it. And I think whatever this Lovers is, it could just be something that, I don't want to say manifested into your realm, because sometimes when I get this card, it's something that all of a sudden, I don't want to say changes my life overnight, but things were different yesterday, and then all of a sudden I start getting the Lovers, and then within a matter of weeks, something a little bit more major starts to change. Either I meet somebody or a situation kind of a little bit more major, but I know it's something that I was almost like destined for, or it's helping me. It's kind of in a way guiding me to something that I am destined for. I feel I was meant to do, if that makes any sense. So I wonder if some of you, you're kind of either awakening to a situation or a person, or you're kind of being, I don't want to say being steered in a certain direction, but I definitely think there's some major help in a way, because I kind of feel like this might actually be helping this Ten of Wands situation with whatever these burdens or this is for you. Now, it might help you get to the end a little quicker is what I mean, or a little bit less painfully, because I feel like this is a little bit heavy right here with these Ten of Wands, and I feel like this has been something that's been ongoing for you. Now, okay, but in your reverse challenging position, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, he's a card of not being disciplined. He's a little bit, not disciplined. He's probably not doing what he's supposed to do all the time. It's maybe he's feeling a little aimless. He feels a little stuck. So regarding this, I really feel that whatever this Ten of Wands is, I think you've been in the grind with it for a long time. And I think you're knowing that it can't continue. Like whatever you're doing here, it's probably gotten very repetitive, or you're not really living life in a way. You're kind of consumed with this. But I think you're in a stage now where you're starting to realize that there has to be a better way. And I think that's what the Lovers is saying, that there is a better way. There's maybe a better choice or decision or way of something that's more beneficial for you in the long haul. And then with the Seven of Swords, that's like you just have to figure out how to do it. But the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is like you're feeling stuck. You don't know how to do it. You don't know how to proceed forward. You're not really sure. Maybe you're feeling a little like, I don't want to say lazy, because I feel like you've been working. I feel like you've been putting in the time, or you've been dealing with whatever this is. You've been dealing with some stuff, and it's repetitive and it's annoying and you're worn out, and it's probably a lot of stuff. But I think you might just be feeling you're not entirely sure how to push forward with something or move beyond something. But what's recommended for you is the Lovers again. And to me, this is really just reiterating that I think you have some choices that you're not seeing. Or either you have to either sometimes have faith, because sometimes I feel like this is also almost like being divinely guided in a way. Like your spirit guides are helping you either have something new in your life that's going to help you put you on the right path or help you out in some certain way, but you have to be able to see it and accept it in a way. But I think there's some kind of either partnership or something for you that's going to be much more harmonious and much more helpful. That's how I see this. So I think there's something that you just need to be aware of, and I think it has to do with this Lovers card that's in your current energies right now. Whether that's a person or a situation, that really is within, you'll know for yourself what that is. But there's something that I think you definitely have to, I don't want to say take more seriously, because sometimes I get this, and sometimes for me this is like a small choice, but it's not necessarily a small choice. I often get this card if I get it for multiple reasons, but when I notice for myself, sometimes I get it for something. Let's say if I wanted to buy something and it's a little bit larger purchase, so it's something that I wouldn't just be replacing. If I wanted to get a different one, I wouldn't just be like, okay, I'm just going to buy a different one. It's a larger purchase where you're kind of committing for a longer time. So I'll get this one sometimes when I'm thinking about buying something, and it's almost telling me like, did you look at all the other items that are compatible to this? Maybe there's a better choice for you, so it's almost like a hold up, wait a second here before you go spending all this money on this thing and you're stuck with it. Did you look at everything else? Because there might be something a little bit better for you. So I get that with those situations. And when I have to look at different options, and maybe I haven't fully looked at different options, but one of the options turns out to be much better than maybe what I was originally looking at. But I also get this when either I meet people or something a little bit more harmonious or that's gelling with me a little bit more. And I wonder, because this Ten of Wands, you might be a little worn out. So I don't want to say you might be feeling a little cynical, but sometimes with this energy, you're a little worn out. You're like, oh, it's been a shit show up until this point. Why? It's not going to change. So something might be coming into your, or is currently in your energy that looks like it could be beneficial, but you might be feeling, oh, it's not going to change. It's all going to be the same. I'm going to be moving these sticks forever, But I think this is saying, because it's recommended, I think this is really saying that whatever this Lovers right now represents for you, you need to take a little bit closer look at it. Whether it's looking at your options a little bit more in depth, or even if there's somebody in your realm or your zone that you just feel like in your gut that you could maybe trust this person, or this person is like a good person or helpful, or you guys jive really, really well. It could also be saying that maybe there's certain resources or help this person can offer you, maybe then that would be with the Seven of Swords, is try to be strategic about it. Maybe they can help you, or there's something they can offer. And then the Knight of Pentacles is just you getting out of that funk, getting out of being stuck, because that's your challenge, is to get out of this Ten of Wands energy and be a little bit more streamlined. So let's see what else we get for you guys. So first up, you have skunk spirit, know your worth. And I think that's extremely important. And I really feel like with this 10 of Wands, you might be feeling, I don't want to say a little down, but you might be feeling, I don't want to say that your worth is not really, I'm not saying you're feeling worthless, but you might be feeling very worn out and almost to the point that you feel like this is going to be the way your life is forever and this is all you deserve. And I believe you deserve much more. And I believe that you deserve to get out of the funk or deserve to get out of this situation. You just need to kind of figure out how to do that. And when you remind yourself that you deserve more, sometimes that helps you know your worth and it helps you kind of accept maybe certain help or certain destined guidance that could be within your energy right now. Because I really sometimes feel like the Lovers with the spirit guides or something, they're trying to help you. It's almost like they're working with you. They're trying to help you out in the situation, but you need to see the help. You need to kind of be willing and open and accepting of the help and of really analyzing either choices or what's going on a little bit clearer and with more of a level head too. So that's important. That's very important. Now, Rhodonite, find a way to forgive. Now, some of you, there might be something to forgive. It could even just be sometimes you have to forgive yourself. You might just be feeling like with the know your worth, sometimes we get down on ourselves and we almost feel like this is what we deserve. But you need to like forgive yourself. Like nobody's a perfect person. You're not a perfect person. I'm not a perfect person. Nobody's a perfect person. My dog isn't perfect either. My cat, well, you know, she is perfect, but that's a cat. So all cats are perfect beings. Anyway, I love cats. I love my dog too, though. But so you might just have to either forgive yourself, or some of these burdens might not even really be fully your burdens. It could be somebody else's burdens, or somebody could have put you in a situation where you have all these burdens. Like, I don't want to say, let's say if you have a relationship and maybe you had children with a person and maybe they're not pulling their full weight now for whatever reason, and now you're kind of having to financially be responsible for the house and the kids, and then emotionally and physically and everything, you're playing this huge role, and the person that, should be your 50% in this is not being the 50%. Maybe they're not even being the 1%. So you might even have to forgive that person for their shortcomings. Why forgive them? I don't really know, but sometimes you forgive something, or you don't have to forget, but sometimes it helps you kind of almost get out of a place of anger or frustration, and it helps almost clear the air so you could see a situation a little bit more clearer and you could see your options a little bit more clearer. It's tricky. It's very, very tricky, but for some people that might actually help. So there could be a certain situation where, and it could also be like, if you forgive that person, then you can realize that some of these burdens are not even yours. Like obviously if you have children, those are, your burdens. But if it's something that it's not fully your responsibility that you're taking on, you're doing it for somebody else, then you might be able to actually put down some of those sticks, some of those burdens, because they're not yours. So you could forgive that person for trying to put you in that situation, but you can, my cat is, she's saying hello. I don't know if you could hear her. She's being a little loud, my baby. If it's not one, it's the other. But you might be able to kind of forgive and either forgive yourself for either taking on too much responsibility that wasn't really yours to begin with, or forgive yourself for putting down responsibility that you tried to have, but it's not really yours. And now you might be feeling guilty letting it go. Take it how it works. That's what I was just getting with that. Now, you have the Phoenix, new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. Some of you, I feel like you're going to be like a phoenix rising from the ashes. I think there's a new phase coming in for you. And I think really with this Lovers, I think it's more of a better path for you. And I think it's going to align much better for you. Whatever this represents, it could be a person or a situation or just even something going on in your life. So I think that's really, really fantastic. And I think it's going to have you feeling renewed, because I think you need to kind of have that little pizzazz or the little energy back. And transformation, it could just either help you grow as a person as well. And even changed mind. Like I was saying about these burdens, if some of them are not really your burdens, but you're just kind of doing it for somebody else, and you might be feeling that this is your responsibility. Like for instance, even, okay, I'm going to take the whole family situation. Let's say, or even you, a friend, maybe you have a friend for a long time maybe there's something going on with their family, and so it's not really like your responsibility to be helping out with their family, but because you're friends and you do care, you do help out. And maybe they're not getting their crap together. Maybe they're a little bit of a mess. So you could be taking on much more than you really should be. And I think this is almost like saying that you might have to forgive yourself for, I'm not saying let the person go or stop helping, but you might have to change certain things up because you need to focus on your stuff. And with the changed mind, I'm getting that like it's okay if some of these burdens were not yours and you change your mind, like you tried it and you're like, this is just too much and it's not getting any better and I got to put some of this stuff down. It's okay, because I think that's really you finding a way to forgive yourself or the situation, and then you knowing your worth, that like you're not going to take on something that's actually not really benefiting you. And if somebody's taking advantage, that's what I mean. If somebody's almost like taking advantage of your kindness or of your generosity, of your whatever, energy, whatever. So, okay, now we have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive all the highest. Let me read that again. I'm sorry. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And I think this is just saying that with the lovers, this is a very like open heart energy, for at least the way I perceive this energy. It's very open heart. I also see it as being realistic. I don't necessarily see it as like getting away with or running away with your heart too much. I think it's almost like you're being open, but you're also being logical. That's how I see this card. It's almost like an embodiment of the different aspects of love. Like there's the logical, mental love, there's the physical, passionate kind, and then there's the heart. So I think it's almost like a perfect blend of all those aspects, and even the things that you might have been destined for, the things in your life that kind of you wake up in the morning and you're so excited to embark on, or you just know was meant for you, real soul kind of connections and things like that. So I just think this is saying that you might be feeling with the Ten of Wands. I think this, because it's so burdensome, you wind up closing yourself off, and especially with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, he's stuck. He doesn't know how to move forward. And I think this is saying that I do think that your current energy is you are starting to kind of either open yourself up, you open your heart up, or open your mind up to different options or different ways about something, or even different people or situations. You're kind of expanding your horizons in a sense. And I think this is just saying that it is like, not only it's recommended for you with the Lovers here, but it's also you're being protected in a way with doing that. Now, new horizons, old ways won't open new doors. So you have another here. You have, basically opening yourself up, or opening up your heart here. You have this Phoenix, rekindle, renew, new phase, and knowing your worth. So this is definitely, you need to be more open to something or a situation or a person or whatever it is, or even a new way of thinking. Because this, for some of you, could just be you getting out of old habits. Like, you're meant for more. You're not meant to be stuck in this Ten of Wands, whatever this burdensome habit or situation is currently for you. You're meant for more. And the Seven of Swords would be in the future. You're starting to realize that and starting to strategize or trying to think outside the box a little bit regarding the situation. So that's awesome. So I definitely think you guys need to be, I don't want to say doing something new, but maybe coming at something a little bit different, because I feel like, because you have the Lovers twice here, I think that you are headed in a better trajectory as far as your path in life, or your path regarding whatever this Ten of Wands represents for you. I think you're being kind of, I don't want to say nudged. You might be being a little bit nudged. Like how the ducks, the mommy duck has to kind of nudge some of the little baby ducks sometimes to make them get on the path. You might be being nudged a little bit by your spirit guides to try to get you on a better path, get back on the path or get back in a good direction. So now you have sacral chakra, passion, turn your fear of change into excitement for change. So I definitely think that you need to get out of this stuck energy. And I think the change is really this sweeping change of this Lovers and these different choices, or this different path, or different, I don't want to say new ways, but it's definitely, this is a refreshing energy. So the Lovers to me is a very refreshing energy. It's not always perfect, but it's refreshing. So I definitely think there's even the change, you had the Phoenix, you have all this stuff about new opening, new doors, new horizons. So this is big. Whatever this is, I think you're going to be very, very happy going forward. I definitely think you're being nudged. You're the universe's little duckling right now, being kind of pushed to a little bit better, into a better pond. Okay, now, and some of these fears turn your fear of change into excitement for change. Some of that might be you having to find a way to forgive either yourself or somebody or something. Because sometimes when you forgive, you're able to kind of move forward a little bit. And forgiving is not forgetting, okay? And sometimes you don't have to always be forgiving. You could still be pissy or pissed off every now and then. But it's just a way of kind of being able to kind of put that mess into a box and store it away somewhere in your mind, because you'll never forget it. But it's stored away and it's not plaguing you every day and not kind of hindering you. Now, for your little Bob Ross quote, we have, "And that may be the true joy of painting, when you share it with other people. I really believe that's the true joy." And I really think that's going with this Lovers card here, the lovers in general here. I definitely think there might be something that somebody wants to either share with you or you can share with somebody else. Even if this is almost like, if there's somebody in your energy right now, it could be a new person or just somebody that you just feel like you can talk to. Sometimes when you talk to somebody and you guys just kind of vibe and gel, sometimes that's so healing. Sometimes even just getting it out is just so healing. So I just really think that, because sometimes people have different perspectives or different ideas that are extremely useful and very beneficial to help you. So, and I think this is saying that you just need to kind of share either your story or something regarding this, that I just think there's somebody else or a different option for you that's going to just help you through this, whatever that is. That's what I'm getting. I hope this makes sense. Anyway, let's see what your little affirmation card is. Today I am compassionate. Today I will reach out and help another person feel better about themselves. And I think this is amazing because you have it here, sharing with people and then reaching out to somebody. So there might really be somebody in your realm that is just very good, a good connection that will actually help you kind of get unstuck in a way and help you kind of, I don't want to say strategize forward, but proceed forward in a little bit of a healthier or streamlined way. But like I said, this could even be like, let's say, a career or a hobby. It could just be, sometimes it's the silliest things that help you get unstuck. Sometimes you could just do one thing a little different, like a smidge different, and it does everything. It just changes everything. So next you have obstacles are opportunities in disguise. And I feel like these 10 of Wands, I just feel like even with the Lovers here, like I said before, and the 7 of Swords, I think there are opportunities to kind of get you out of this or try to fix this a little bit. But you need to just kind of get unstuck a little bit. But I definitely think you will be. There's no doubt in my mind that you're going to still be in the same, dealing with the same. There's no doubt in my mind that you're not going to kind of overcome whatever this 10 of Wands is plaguing you currently. I definitely think, or has been, I think you're definitely moving beyond that. And I think you're going to be finding a better way. Now we have wax the hell off. Okay, let me read this again. Sorry. Wax the hell off the task at hand. Wax on, wax off. So I just think this is saying, I wonder if this is saying kind of maybe take more of a simplistic approach to something. Because like kind of wax on, wax off, like maybe it's just saying that you could be overcomplicating something that might not actually be that complicated. So maybe this is also kind of being like more present in the moment as well. Like, because wax on, wax off, they're just focusing on like the moment, in the movie when he was like doing that. So it could just be like you might need to be a little bit more present or a little bit more attention to detail right now, because there might be something that you're going to start realizing that could be either beneficial or something that you can just not even be doing anymore, like something that's not really necessary. But take that how that works. Okay, so next up we have for your stress relief and self-care card, we have gratitude meditation, objective, feeling thankful and grateful. When you wake up or before you go to bed, list 3 or 4 things you're grateful for. Feel the sense of joy for simple things like a warm blanket, a soft bed, or a loving family. Find something different to focus on every day. Spend at least 5 minutes focusing on gratitude and joy. Notice how good this makes you feel. Give yourself a hug and bring a big smile to your face as you prepare for the day ahead, or get ready for a pleasant night's sleep. And I think this is just going to help you even be in this wax on, wax off kind of mind state, just being super present and super focused on some of the good things. Because some of you might be feeling like these burdens, you're just focusing on the burdens, you're focusing on the bad stuff. But if you kind of list the 3 or 4 things that went well throughout the day or that you were happy about, it might help you kind of realize that there's more better things going on, or there are better things going on that you can, give your attention to as well, or you could be thankful for. And that might help put you in this lover's energy, because you might realize, well, something is actually very, very good or very helpful. Okay, so now let's see what spirit of the dish you have. You have the spirit of the iced one, which is the spirit of the iced tea. Now, for the dinner and a movie that's recommended for you during this time, you have romance movies and barbecue food. For the energies that you either need to tap into or be aware of, you have Aquarius. And Aquarius is about independence and eccentricity, and they're like a little bit outside the box thinkers, and they could be a little bit rebellious to a certain degree. You also have Leo, which is about ego, individuality, and confidence, and they have a lot of pride. So that you might have to take pride in something, and even if it's like just you taking the pride in having to schlep all these sticks up, or being in the situation where you had all these responsibilities and kind of handling it, you should be proud of yourself, because not everybody can do that. And if you were doing that, like, you need to take pride in yourself. And that's kind of more of that self-worth, or self-worth, knowing your self-worth, and kind of having that, like, I don't say positive image, or just kind of feeling like, yeah, I got this. I was doing it. I don't have to be doing it forever. I don't need to be doing it forever. It's not necessary, but I did. I got this far, and I'm proud that I got this far. Now you have Pluto, which is about transformation and major changes. And you also have the reversed node here, which is about things that you need to let go. You have the 6th house, which represents health, detail, order, work, and structure. And then you have the 7th house, which represents partnerships, marriage, friendships, and legal proceedings. And the special guest that'll be answering your questions today, Aquarius, will be the Magic 8 Ball, because this is number 5, and the Magic 8 Ball does all the odd numbers. So we have F, T, L, 5449. Oh. And we have the little sleepy sheep. Now, some of you might need sleep. Some of you might be tired. You might be wanting sleep. But I think this sleepy sheep, he's here kind of reminding you that you have your dreams. Maybe some of you, I don't want to say like you were sleeping on your dreams, but maybe you were not really going after certain things that you really wanted to do, because you were kind of being bogged down with all this 10 of Wands kind of energy, having to take care of all this responsibility. But I think that your dreams have not forgotten about you. I think that with these lovers cards here, I don't think you weren't forsaken. Your dreams, I think maybe you're going to be getting into a phase where you're going to be able to actually pursue certain dreams or goals or wishes that you have had. And I think this is just reminding you that sometimes we put these things on pause, but almost like don't forget what you really, really want to do or try, or don't forget that. And I think this is saying that like you're kind of maybe getting into a little bit better of a space to potentially try to, put some time in or effort in, to be able to put time and effort into something that maybe you've always wanted to do. And this could be something silly. Maybe you always wanted to like cook or something. You never really cooked, and now you want to try, you want to become, or, in a hobby, you want to be like a really great bread person, or you want to try to make all these fancy breads. I ain't hating on that. That, to me, that sounds really, really good. And maybe you never had the time, but maybe now you might have the time. So you might be trying to play around with all these artisan breads and everything. I love watching these YouTube videos of how they do all this the stuff, and I'm like, they make it look so easy, the way they kind of score, or with the razor, you know, like the bread crust, and they do all this. I'm like, oh, that looks so good. Anyway, but I can't watch those things too much because then I get hungry, and I'm trying to I'm trying to be good, but it looks so delicious. Anyway, I'm hungry now. I haven't had breakfast yet, so that's why I'm thinking about bread. Okay, let's see what else. And you have hope, and I think this is reminding you that you still have hope. I feel like with this Knight of Pentacles here, this feeling stuck, I think you are going to be like that phoenix. Where was it? Rising from the ashes. And I think that there's new things on the horizon for you. Here was that phoenix. So I definitely think that you just need to keep with the hope. Okay, so that's fantastic. Now, okay, Aquariuses, think of your questions. And now it is time. Oh, mystical, magical 8-ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Aquarius's question? It says, don't count on it. The 8-ball has spoken. I hope you all have a wonderful day, week, month, year, lifetime, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.